Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back. We've got the iPad Air, first generation. 9.7 inches of mayhem, 5 megapixel rear camera, 1.2 on the front though. And the front's only 720p. Back in 1080. Alright. Okay, 1 gigabyte of real RAM. Wow. Apple A7 ARM-based processor. 8,820 milliamp battery in this puppy. And the good news is it's only had 19 cycles on the battery that's in here. Anyhow, so I got this thing over at the Hawk Exchange today in North Bay. I've been kind of really still cheesy about the whole Guitar Tap program. Some of you know this, some of you will not, but Guitar Tap Pro, we paid for it. So millions of us musicians are really cheesed at the company because when iOS 13 came out, the program still fires up, but the scrolling portion doesn't work anymore. And I've had this program installed on every iPad with every version of iOS, even up to current on my M2 iPad, which is cutting this video, by the way. All right. Still no luck. Scrolling feature is never coming back. And what they put out as a replacement was a pathetic poor excuse because now it's free for the program, but it's also changed a lot too with the interface, and it sucks really bad. But at least it scrolls and it's free. But you only get the first 10 songs for free. Then they say, hey, wait a second, we're going to throw you a bone. 50 more just for you. Okay, so you get 60 songs basically. Then you got to start paying a subscription to ultimateguitarchord.com and whatever else you can suck through that program for different places. It's like, I ain't paying for that. I can download that stuff on my computer from an Ultimate Guitar Chord for free. And if I can get this running again, it's free, unlimited. No subscription required, because you paid for this program. So anyways, I do have one song put back in here so far. I had a database built up of over 500 songs at one time. But you got your program, you tap on your little auto scroll thing, and you can also reset the timer as well. A little dialogue-y thing will come up here if I can get it to, there we go. So you can have a song that's like, just goes automatic, or you can set the timer at whatever minutes, or if you know how long the song is exactly, you can set it and a little green light's on and it scrolls, and that's great. So let me give you a close-up of that little feature here. It works. Yahweh! Right on. Okay. So Kevy's happy. I got a bigger screen because the iPad Mini 2 is a little small to try and read off of. So I wanted something a little bit bigger. And, you know, people are still trying to get $300 out of this exact iPad on Marketplace Facebook. And I'm like, these guys are on something. I don't know what, but they're on something. Because, yeah, it's not worth 300 bucks. I mean, in all honesty, I don't even think it's worth $100 that I paid for it. But, you know, when you think about it, it's only got 19 cycles on the battery. It's got a tempered glass. It's been very well looked after. It's fine. It's great shape. Everything works absolutely perfect. So, okay, maybe $100 for Kevy's use. But we don't know how much longer we can surf on this thing. Right now, it'll still surf on YouTube just fine. It'll be secure on a lot of websites, but we don't know how long that's going to last. But it is kind of slow when it comes to surfing. And I got a really fast Wi-Fi connection here. So I thought, all right, well, how fast a speed can I really get here? And I've got a program here that I use for that sort of thing, if I can just find it. It's called Speed Test by Okla. And let's just, come on, there we go. So hit the go button, and we'll see what kind of speed this thing gets for the Wi-Fi. Now this, of course, always varies with ping and jitter. You know, it's never going to be identical all the time. But this gives you a bit of an idea of what you can kind of expect on Wi-Fi on a 5 gigahertz connection. So that's our download. All right, so we got 29.7 down and 9.71 up. Wow, that was a 90 ping. Wow, that's a high ping. Let's try running that again. So, but yeah, I mean, it'll still surf for now. I probably wouldn't trust online banking with it or using credit cards, but that's kind of your call. It's up to you. I wouldn't personally do it. Not on iOS 12. No way. I got a 77 pig. We're about 26.6 down. But if you're looking to learn a bit about iPad, pick up a dirt cheap one at a pawn shop like this and learn about it a bit. It's not a big investment, right? Because in the States, you're probably only going to pay between $25 and $40 tops US, right? It works out to be about $100 on average in Canada for this thing. I could have maybe found one cheaper had I waited, but maybe it's got like 5,000 cycles on the battery by now. You never know. This only turned out it only had 19. And how do we find out about battery cycles when battery health doesn't tell us anything? Well, that's simple. There's a program you can install on your Mac or your Windows computer called iMazing. And it is a program that you can plug in like tablets. It doesn't have to be Apple either. It can be Android devices or Apple devices. Your phones, your tablets, okay? And zip, you find out, and you have a little info icon button you can click on, and it tells you even more about the system, including your battery. And it tells you how many cycles it has, how much the maximum capacity is, the maximum charge that it actually goes to. Apple locks this one out at 99.5%, even though it'll still say 100% when it's fully charged anyways, but whatever. But it tells you, how many remaining milliamps worth of juice per charge you're going to have as well, which is part of that, how many cycles. And for 19 cycles on the battery, somebody had replaced this within, I don't know, I guess about maybe the last year. I don't know. It depends on how long they used it or how much. But certainly, it's another one of those great scores. I've been doing really good on this stuff lately. I got the mini and, $50 for the mini at the same pawn shop. Mine is a 16 gigger, but it works for one program I need. But it had 5 cycles on the battery. My iPhone 12 Pro that I just got, which is certified, pre-certified, used, whatever you call it, from Rogers, 100% battery health, 1 cycle on the battery. That was awesome, right? Then I got this deal today, only 19 cycles, and tempered glass as well, and in fantastic condition. And I figured, what? I really didn't think I wanted to spend $100 because I thought it's only worth about 60 or 70, maybe, like that's really pushing it. But I thought, what? It's already been factory restored. We actually had to go log into this thing at the store to set it up for the first time use kind of thing. So it's like, well, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, but it's going to run my program. I get lyrics, I get a bigger screen, and maybe I can get rid of my on-song bugs for a little bit because I got to get a hold of on-song because I'm having issues with it on my iPad 4th gen. But I was also getting those bugs on my 7th gen as well. So it's not the device, it's something with the program and the iOS. But on 12, I haven't gone through it yet. I just restored the bloody database into this thing. So I'm going to find out, because we shouldn't have any issues at all. Because I know the program did get updated a few times between iOS 12 to, I think it was 15. But since then, I don't think they've updated this version of OnSong, which we paid good money for this thing. This was like $35 or something. And it's OnSong 2020. But we use this in church, me and the main worship leader. And we use it when we have get-togethers and other things like that, because we have all our songs in here. And it's very useful. I really love the OnSong program, but I love Guitar Tap even more, because then I can put my Christian stuff in there and my non-Christian music and have it in categories the way I need it and so on. And so, yeah, Guitar Tap works. I love it. But Guitar Tap will not work if you are running anything above 12.5.7, okay? So once you hit 13, it's over, Bobby. And no more scrolling feature on Guitar Tap. So that was a great investment, great little score. Couldn't have asked for better, and I don't have to worry about the battery in this thing for years to come. Because for how often this thing is even going to be used, it's going to take me forever even to hit 100 cycles on the battery. But it depends, you never know, right? But the battery will be good for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cycles, so yeah, I'm good for the next several years with what's in here now. So that's another great little score. Now the question is, what's it realistically going for here as far as brownie points? It gets 4.5 stars out of me, okay? It's not a modern day machine. Keep that in mind. This is not running modern software, very much of it at least. It does run on song, it does run guitar tap, but I mean, these programs have been out for a while. As far as my games go, I don't know how well you're going to see that, but these are the games that I know all run fine on it so far, at least it seems to. So, you know, now Truck 'em All is going to be a little bit on the laggy side, but that's okay. No big deal. But, you know, I even got this Volt program. I haven't even fired it up yet, but it'll probably work. Privacy, yeah, I'll agree with your junk. Yeah, I'm over 16 for sure. And, yeah, it works. And that's a new program that came up not that long ago in the App Store. It's kind of a cool little fun thing. Great for pranking people. Yeah, so I mean, there are programs that are still going to run fine. You will be running older versions of GarageBand and iMovie on here, but that's okay. I mean, you can still do video editing on this thing, and you can still do music, so that's not a big deal, is it? Right? Just that you won't have the most up-to-date versions of the program, that's all. But other than that, I think it's pretty good. But as far as modern day usage, modern day programs, no, it's not going to run a ton. But you will still find there's a lot of apps on the App Store. You just got a guinea pig. Try hitting download, and it's either going to download or it's not, because it'll tell you, hey, I'm not downloading, buddy. Sorry, you need iOS 16 or above or 14 or above or whatever. It will tell you, because I did try a few of my programs from my App Store that I already had purchases in, and they barked, where others said, hey, we want to download an older version? Yeah, let's do it. And so we threw them in, and yeah, they seem to work just fine. It's also the Wi-Fi only version, no cellular access, but I don't really care because I can just hook in the church Wi-Fi when I take it to church if I need to use the internet that way, or of course at home, it's already hooked into the internet. But I'm not going to leave it turned on all the time on the internet, because I really honestly don't know how much I can trust 12.5.7 at this point. I know it is surfing YouTube without a glitch, so there's definitely a ray of hope there. But at the same time, I only want to use it on the net for certain specific things, and that's mainly just for getting my database rebuilt that I had in Guitar Tap. Once that's rebuilt and I'm done, then I can leave it off the internet till I find another song I might want to play, and then I'll turn it on for a few minutes, download, away we go. I don't expect in even 2 years from now that this thing's going to even want to be on the internet. I don't know. It's hard to say. You know, it could just one day just not want to work on the internet. It's going to happen, you know. But do not trust iOS 12 for anything that you care about. So don't sign into websites. Like, don't sign into Facebook. Don't sign into credit cards with Amazon or anybody else. I wouldn't even sign into my YouTube account with this thing, to be honest, because I don't know the status of the security, and that's the biggest thing, you know. And not knowing, I would rather use my modern day iPad where I know it's secure, where this is getting real close to being compromised, if you know what I mean, right? So we got to kind of take that with a grain of salt. Trying not to sign into anything, and you should be okay, right? So that's about what I got for you on that one. But I still give it 4.5 stars for the time period it came out, what it was like, and even for nowadays, it's still a really good little machine to have some fun with, and it will work for what I need it for. And hopefully this is the last iPad I have to buy for a long, long time, because I'm getting way too much technology around here that's kind of like piling up on me, you know what I mean? So, I know I'm an Apple fanatic, but come on, there's a limit. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, please leave me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please smash that subscribe button, and, you know, click the bell too for notifications when I upload new videos. You'll get informed. And hey, we'll definitely see you in the next one. All right, so ciao for now.